Hey guys, we're back with episode 3 of our wrestling award show. This is going to be a little bit of a different one. We're going to list off for us what is the best, the top 5 things about this year from wrestling, the best and the worst. And we'll start with the worst because it's always good to end on a high note.
We should clarify. I mean, this is kind of broad. I think we decided to the 5, not necessarily 5 moments, but they could be moments, but 5 things that we thought were good for wrestling or things that we really enjoyed stood out. Yeah.
All right, and we'll start with the worst, which I'll start out with number 5 for the worst. The fall of NWA and Noah, in my opinion. NWA, especially this year, like with the Pierce and Colt Cabana feud, which was amazing, but then the way they fucked them over at the end by taking the belt, like basically saying that the match that they were going to have, the last of their 7 levels of hate match, was not going to be for the NWA title. And basically the whole feud was
for naught.
Yeah. They ruined the ending. And what did Colt Cabana and Adam Pearce do? They basically said, yeah, fuck you, we both leave, and they dropped the belt in the middle of the ring and left.
And as far as I'm concerned, the NWA died that night.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no recovering from
that. Yeah, the NWA
who's even their champion.
Right, they revived it, and then...
No one knows who the champion is.
Yeah, right. I don't even know if they actually... Yeah. Actually, the funny thing is, they crowned a new champion, and then that champion left.
Right.
It's like, yeah.
It's time to bury that belt.
As far as Noah's concerned, Kenta Kobashi announced he's retiring this year, on February 25th, I believe, the 25 years of him wrestling. Noah responded by firing him. Mm-hmm. And so 5 of their top guys decided that, yeah, we're done. We're not going to re-sign next year.
Yeah, no.
And even though Noah said, like, okay, we'll let Kobashi finish with us, we'll let him retire with us, they're still not resigning with him. So I think it's safe to say that Noah in 2013, this year, is going to be dead.
And if Noah would do that to that's what's shocking is like knowing the Japanese culture
of honor and respect,
yes. And then they would go and do that to a guy that built that company. He left where he was to make that company, and they would do that.
How many matches of the years has that guy brought for that company? How much respect and just recognition has he brought to Noah?
Yeah,
and for them to do that to him, like that is
when you think about Japanese wrestling, the guys who built that, you think of Misawa and Kobashi. Those are the top 2 that instantly come to mind for most people.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
It's disgusting. Noah, I won't miss you.
No, I just hope that all those guys that are leaving Noah go to like Dragon Gate or New Japan Pro Wrestling, or hey, go to Ring of Honor, please. We could use some more.
To see you again.
We could use some Japanese guys in Ring of Honor.
Please come, Morishima, please.
Yeah, more.
Please come to our
No, who's the Gozaki or
Goshizaki? Goshizaki wrestle.
Yeah,
but Morishima,
very talented guy. Morishima, I think, still signed with the company, but he might leave soon.
I'd love to see Kenta back.
Oh hell yeah, we need to see Kenta back. Kenta versus Elgin. Book that match. We want to see that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna have a few honorable mentions that suck.
Okay.
One honorable mention.
Dishonorable mention.
Dishonorable mention.
Yes.
Is the finish of Rude versus Storm at Lockdown. As I mentioned in a previous video, it's basically Storm super kicking Rude out of the cage and losing himself the match.
Storm costing himself the match.
After all this build up, it was just horrible and just ended one of their biggest shows on a sour note, and they had such build towards it, and to end it like that.
Yeah, it killed the feud for a while, I think.
Okay, that was my dishonorable
mention, yes.
Number 5, worst things of the year.
Worst moments,
worst whatevers.
Worst part, we'll call it worst part. Okay.
Was the mismanagement of Ring of Honor.
Hell yeah.
Ring of Honor has been my favorite promotion for a very long time. It kept my wrestling fandom alive. I was on life support watching wrestling. My wrestling fan was on life support, and then I discovered Ring of Honor. I discovered Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Samoa Joe, Austin Aries, all these guys, Nigel, who showed me, a different kind of wrestling from what I was used to.
Yeah, art.
The art of wrestling.
Yes.
And to see it,
Colt Cabana.
And to see it, just the way it fell off this year. It started falling off a little bit last year, but it just completely kind of went off the rails. It fortunately has kind of come back around again. But
that's higher on my list. So we'll talk about it more later on, a little bit later in this video. But yeah, that's.
But it's just basically seeing ROH used to be in my opinion, the best company in the world. It just started. They started not using their talent right.
They started shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I want to add to that, and this was what I felt was one of their top, but it kind of ties in really well, was the whole Kenny King thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was huge to me. And a lot of people got down on Kenny King for leaving with the title. But to me, I really can't blame him. I mean, this is a guy that him and Titus worked their asses off to be champions for a long, long time.
Oh, hell yeah.
They win the belts in a match, and then are quickly embarrassed by Austin Benjamin.
They get their ass kicked moments after winning the belt.
Now, we're talking about ROH where champions are celebrated. We're talking... They highlight those kind of moments, and then they just trash it like that. And these are guys that have worked their ass off. They deserve that moment.
Here's a fun little fact. When St. Clair started, originally, A and X were going to be the tag team champions going into St. Clair, but Jim Cornette stepped in and put Charlie Austin and Shelton Benjamin as the tag team champions.
Yeah.
Great fucking decision that was, Jim.
I understood it at the time, but in retrospect, it's really bad. But how they continued to push, like, guys like Hassan Benjamin over, like, the young stars, and screwing over guys like T.J. Perkins and the Young Bucks, cutting them.
Oh, that's...
Generico not being in the company. So, fortunately, it did a little turnaround at the end of the year, but most of the year it was just hard.
We will talk about more about that much later. You can guarantee that. Okay, my number 4 was Cena's constant main eventing of pay-per-views. And for this, I'm talking about, like, it's not so much WrestleMania. WrestleMania, I completely understood. Biggest match, it was definitely Rock and Cena. I'm talking about his match with Johnny Ace at Over the Limit over Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. How the fuck did that match get to be the main event?
I don't understand that either.
Okay, then next month, No Way Out. Him and Big Show in a steel cage match. Stop the fucking presses. That's
really.
And then Money in the Bank. A Money in the Bank match was the main event at the pay-per-view over, again, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. And just, it's been a constant thing of Cena having to be in the main event, and it's complete bullshit.
Wait, what about the time that him and Ziggler had a match for the...
Ziggler
already won.
Yeah, how about this? How about the fact that was the main event over the Shield versus Ryback and Daniel Bryan and Kane?
Also, Kane versus Cena was the main event of Elimination Chamber.
Oh my god. How the fuck do you end Elimination Chamber on that bullshit match? I completely forgot about that one. I think I blocked from memory.
Yeah.
Just Cena was shoved down our throats. And the thing was, this was supposed to be a year like where Cena was Cena's really fallen since losing to The Rock, and and he's still fucking main eventing the pay-per-views. How does that make sense? That drove me nuts. I think it drove a lot of people on the internet community nuts, and just, it really made WWE look bad. It made Cena look bad.
It made Cena less likable.
Oh, hell yeah. Which he's not the most likable guy as it is. Yeah.
Okay, so my number 4, since Smoke's just kind of going along with this.
He's kind of rolling with it.
Yeah. He didn't make a list, so he's just kind of
I didn't get the memo.
We don't
make excuses. Play like a champion.
Okay, number 4. I said the whole AJ Lee saga, whatever you want to call it. Started off kind of interestingly, or her relationship with Daniel Bryan was kind of interesting, how they played off each other. And even at the beginning of having her character be Psycho was interesting, but then she was, I'd say, oversaturated, shoved down our throats. She had to be in every storyline. She was made general manager. She's been in Cena and Ziggler's storyline with Vicky. It's just been... She went from being someone I was interested in seeing to someone I cannot stand seeing. I don't want to see her on the show. I just think that she has... Everything she's touched since, like, about midway through the year has been annoying to me. So.
I will say this right now, like, she's gotten, like, the Sonny or Sable treatment, like, where, like, they apparently have, like, some kind of boner for her, and just want to shove her on television because she's a nice pair of ass.
She does have a nice pair of ass.
She has a nice pair of tits and an ass, whatever, But it's like...
Is about the thing that bothered me is, like, she's with Bryan.
Yeah.
Basically... Going into WrestleMania, I don't know what their thought process was with that whole 18-second thing, but it felt like we're going to put over Sheamus huge, because he can beat a guy no matter how fast he wants to, and we're going to put over AJ, because next week she's going to dump this loser. Well, that backfired on him.
Daniel Bryan dumped her.
Well, either way, it backfired on him, because Daniel Bryan got over.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Let's look right now.
We're going to talk about that.
who's in the main event scene right now?
Uh,
AJ is in the main event scene.
Well, and the best in the world, CM Punk.
Is Daniel Bryan?
No.
The guy she was fucking riding with?
No, he's riding a Bella Twin.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. Well done.
Oh, I got one question. Does Cena ever wear jeans?
Full length.
Tweet me that.
He wears
Not jorts, jeans.
He wears the half.
He wore the Zumba pants one time in Japan or whatever.
Everybody should go on the internet and look at his picture from Christmas where he's wearing shorts.
I did not see that.
He's wearing ring gear to Christmas. Moving on.
He's wearing his own T-shirt.
Can that be on the list?
I don't know.
Cena's
attire.
Cena's shorts, yeah. Those are words. That's top 5 every year.
Yeah.
Given.
That's
right.
dishonorable mention. Okay, number 3. This is mine. Jim Cornette's Ring of Honor, or as Austin Aries so elegantly put it, Smoky Mountain of Honor, or was it Ring?
Yeah,
Smoky Mountain
of Honor.
Jim Cornette, we love you. We all, I think we can all agree. We respect Jim Cornette. He's a great manager. He's a great mind for the business. He shouldn't be booking the show though, especially a company that he does not have an in-depth knowledge of. He's been with the company for a while, but I don't think he ever really knew what the fans wanted. That there was a whole different breed of fans that and I think a lot of it was just like he figured like, well, it's St. Clair, it's television, they gotta be different, blah 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 blah. It was just too different. You got guys like QT Marshall who sucks dick.
That's pretty much awful.
You're pushing this fucking MMA gimmick, which is wrestling and MMA have not mixed together in years. It's two different entities. Don't try to mix them together. It doesn't work.
Well, don't just make it all.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I want to defend Jim a little bit.
Yeah.
He does have a lot of this old school mentality.
Yeah, yeah.
And he did, when he first came, he did a lot of time talking to the fans.
Yeah.
And the fans would always tell him, we're sick of this sports entertainment bullshit. And the thing is, he took that to mean you want two guys that look like they can fight to go in and have a match that looks like it's a fight.
Yeah.
And it's cool once in a while.
Yeah.
It is. But that's not,
like, for
we
instance,
want wrestling, Jim.
Davey and Eddie at Best in the World, when they won the belt, that was a great match. That was a good fight,
But it didn't need to happen at Final Battle.
No, it did not. That was horrible. I wouldn't say horrible, just like it was wrong time, wrong place. But yeah, in Jim, like him alienating so many old school ROH fans, like Grizzly Redwood. We love Grizzly. TJ Perkins, Young Bucks, El Generico. Just taking those guys and tossing them to the side and bringing these new guys like Rhino and the world's greatest tag team. God. Can we get rid of those guys by now?
But let it be known that Grizzly Redwood was the greatest injustice.
Yeah, we
I
save
like
Grizzly Redwood.
I like Grizzly.
Yeah, he's fun. I love Grizzly.
But I want to add one more thing to that. The thing I have with Jim's booking is that there's always like an over-the-top stipulation where the finish of the match. Like, if you lose, you're never going to wrestle on planet Earth again. Like, we know who's going to win, dude. And also, stop with that. Just give us two guys fighting.
Yeah, and also he insisted on like adding something. It wasn't just enough that they just have a match. They had to have some stipulation or a gimmick or some kind of thing happen after the match or something. There was no just matches anymore.
Well, I also think it was bad timing and everything. I don't think he was the guy to lead Ring of Honor to a new era with a new trying to get a new audience and everything. I think Delirious is more suited for that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
All right, my number 3. My number 3 is Aces and Eights ruining TNA's momentum.
Oh, hell yeah.
They had a ton of momentum, and then the storyline came in right at a time when TNA was really hot, and I feel like it still was for a while, but then it's cooled down quite a bit. And I just feel like the storyline is, they haven't put Aces and Eights over, like, at all. They've barely won any matches. It's just they've taken forever to reveal it to the point that nobody cares anymore. And it's one of the main focuses of the show. They've thrown in so many main eventers into these pointless matches and feuds with Aces and Eights, and it's just TNA was just about the best. It was just about the best big company at the time.
And the thing is, where are they going?
Yeah, no shit.
What are they going to do? Put over Sting?
Yeah,
like that's where are they going?
They're making Samoa Joe a babyface in peril in a match. Samoa Joe, the guy who was the longest reigning ROH champion, who was unstoppable
in TNA.
Yeah, even in TNA, he was unstoppable for 18 months.
And it's like, but it's like we don't take these guys seriously even before they're revealed. Then once they're revealed, we really don't take. We got Devon, Mike Knox, and
Gallows.
Gallows, can you remember his name?
Yeah. Fuck.
I agree.
I like Gallows. I think he's a good big man, but just
Another thing to say about that is that what frustrates that's fine that they do that storyline. That's fine.
Yeah, the storyline was.
But the thing is, you take a guy that has made himself a bigger star in that company than anybody has in years, and I'm talking about Austin Aries.
Yeah.
Got himself over with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
You do the smart thing. You put the belt on him, and as soon as you put the belt on him, you forget about him.
Yeah.
You push him down the card, and you put the Aces and Eights storyline above him.
People forget now already, like, how big of a deal that seemed, like how big of a moment it was. People thought this was something. They actually completed a push. This was something fresh and new, and they were doing had a lot of fresh and new ideas in that company. Now, then they just made Aces and Eights the focus, and that was a mistake in my opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay, and following with the TNA, my number 2 is TNA pushing Jeff Hardy.
You knew this was going to be on his list.
I hate. Here's my problem with Jeff Hardy. Let's rewind back to last year. No, 2011.
Yeah, last year
when Jeff Hardy decided to, while the champion, no, not the champion. He was in the main event of Final or Victory Road. Was on drugs and went out there to compete in a 90-second main event with Sting.
Mm-hmm.
And he disappeared from television for months, thank God. And just, he comes back. TNA is shoving him down our throats with this big, he's finally recovering, or his redemption or whatever, right? Yeah. And so how do they reward this guy? They give him main event pushes, they give him good matches, blah, 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 blah. And then they put him over on the biggest star that TNA has made in God knows how long.
On the biggest show.
On the biggest show of the year. They put him. First they put him over in the Bound for Glory tournament over guys who really deserve, like Bully Ray, who's done a great job of actually reinventing himself.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought in 2012 that Bully Ray would be a guy we say, yeah, I want him in the main event.
One of the top heels in the company.
Oh yeah.
One of the top heels in wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
We're big Bully Ray fans.
Yes.
Hardy goes into the pay-per-view against Aries, the big babyface, and so Aries obviously
they force Aries to turn heel though.
Yeah.
3 days before their biggest
3 minutes before the show went off the air too.
Unbelievable.
And what you got was Austin Aries working his ass off, and Jeff Hardy, just kind of coasting. I'd say he coasted.
That's all he does these days.
And his match with Rude at Final Resolution. Yeah, it was him coasting. It was him taking it easy. And you want to know the reason this all came about? Because Jeff Hardy's contract expires in March or whatever, and they want him to sign on. So they're kissing his ass so he stays with the company.
And it doesn't, from what I've heard,
he doesn't want to say.
He doesn't really seem interested in staying.
No, he wants to go tag team with his brother again.
Yeah.
Well, whoop you fucking do.
I just don't get it.
And like, here's the thing: if this was WWE and some guy was wanting to leave, Vince McMahon wouldn't be kissing his ass. He'd be saying, "Okay, you're gonna be putting over every single guy I say when I say, and you're not gonna bitch."
All I know is, if Jeff Hardy won when he won the belt, it told me that he must push a lot of merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I can think of, because other than that, I mean, how to embarrass a company like that? Like, if I went to my job all fucked up and just laid on the floor, I would be fired immediately.
I'd be arrested.
That's got to be the biggest problem for me. Is the timing. Is that, like, I don't have a problem with him being able to wrestle now, but being in the main event,
he can wrestle, but
being in the main event now and having your belt and saying, like, this guy is carrying your company. I mean, I'm all for second chances and everything. This guy screwed them over badly within the past year, and then he comes back and
he brought so much disrespect and dishonor to that company. He should never be able to hold that belt again, and it sends the wrong message.
He should never be able to bring back his little bitch belt that he carries.
That fucking horrible ass.
And I want to point out when Aries made a comment about that. I don't know if anybody.
I saw it.
I thought that was great. Yeah, he said that if I walked out to the ring with my own belt, someone sure as shit would have tuned up and said something. And that's the thing. Yeah. Why does he get special treatment? Because he's a drug addict?
Yeah,
because he fell off a ladder 15 years ago?
Yeah, so if TNA made an Austin Aries Greatest Man That Ever Lived shirt, that'd sell better than any Jeff Hardy shirt. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of creatures out there, if they like to be called.
There's a lot of fucking kids who don't know what a drug addict is.
He hates Jeff Hardy.
let me be clear. I loved Jeff Hardy when he was in WWE. I was a big Jeff Hardy fan. But the fact that he fucked over the fans by putting himself and his drug habit before everyone else says to me, I shouldn't follow this guy. This guy's a fucking loser. I shouldn't like this guy. So, fuck you, Jeff Hardy, for ruining my childhood. I'll say that right now.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck you and your...
You can never get that back.
And your fat-ass brother, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, let's...
It's a video for another time.
Yeah,
we'll get
really.
to that one day.
My number 2 worst. Raw going to 3 hours. Has Raw been good since it's gone to 3 hours? Not... I don't think so.
It's had its moments.
But I think overall, 3 hours for Raw is way too long. I have never... I mean, maybe once I enjoyed all 3 hours of Raw, but it seems like a chore most weeks. And if, it's not just my opinion. Like, I know WWE doesn't care about my opinion, but if you look at your ratings, they are shit.
Yeah.
And there's a reason people cannot sit... It's not only bad for the quality of the product, as they don't have enough content to fill the whole 3 hours. It's also bad for business because they're not doing the ratings, and I just think it's a bad move from multiple standpoints.
Also, let's just focus on the fact that what was 3 hours? When you heard a 3 hour Raw, what did you think?
I thought too much.
No. When you heard like 3 hour Raw, like a special 3 hour Raw, you thought, oh, this is some big event that like the Raw 1000 or Raw the Slammies.
It works when it's once every 6 months.
It was special. Now the fact you make it 3 hours now, it's just like, well, why the fuck? You don't need, like, you have like 12 hours of programming of wrestling, of Raw or WWE a week. You don't need that much programming.
Well, they not only
especially
Raw to 3,
with like how the watch they have.
They not only put Raw to 3 hours. We have main event now. We have Slam. We have 2 hours of SmackDown. We've got
Superstars,
NXT.
Yeah, way too much. It's way too much.
If I were the hugest fan of everything WWE in the world, I could not watch that much WWE.
That's an episode of WWE.
Even the biggest WWE fans don't watch Superstars and NXT very much.
A lot of people like main event though.
Yeah, but but for me, the 3 hour Raw is the most egregious.
Okay.
And before we move on from that, I just want to mention that was something that WCW did.
Yeah.
And it helped to be a death nail in that company.
Hopefully.
There's no need for 3 hours of wrestling.
I know
what they're trying to do.
When you're talking about something WCW did, like 90% of the time, you want to do the opposite.
Oh, yeah. You do not want to do that. TNA.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at you. All I'm saying is 3 hours of Raw. There's no need for it. And I know what they're trying to do. They thought you get another hour of commercials. That's more revenue, ad revenue. But the thing is, people have to watch, and people are sick of it. A 2.2 and a 2.4 and a 2.9 even. Yeah. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I mean, TNA's going to catch up with you, and they're not even going to improve their ratings.
No, the TNA is getting like the worst ratings ever.
What, a 0.9? That's not that bad.
No, they're doing horrible right now in TV ratings. Okay, so I think we both have number 1. I think we all have the same number 1 worst part of this year. 18 motherfucking seconds.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Who wants to start this gravy train rolling?
I guess I will.
Okay. I'm going to go with Justin because he's the biggest Daniel Bryan
He's going to be the most calm, I think, in this one.
That's shocking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just put this out there. I love the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
We all do.
He's been my favorite wrestler since I started watching him.
Yes.
I mean, from maybe like 2006 onward, he's been my favorite wrestler in the world. And I see him get to this, I finally see him make it WWE getting paid. And not only that, he's getting pushed. He wins Money in the Bank. He's going to compete at WrestleMania for the championship. It's going to be the greatest.
After getting booked off the show last year in a dark match.
Yeah. He's finally going to get his match at WrestleMania for a title. I don't care if he's going to win. I don't care if they even go 10 minutes.
Right.
Even like a 5-minute match. I just want to see Daniel Bryan wrestle at WrestleMania. And this was like a dream come true for all Daniel Bryan fans. And then that happened. Oh. And not only did it screw over Daniel Bryan, it screwed over Sheamus because it took him forever to get his title. His title run never really picked up the steam.
No, his heat never came back from that.
And also he won the Royal Rumble and didn't put over the Rumble. There was nothing good about this.
No, nothing.
Not just if it,
the best part about this was the instant backlash of it, though.
Yeah,
that was the best part.
It actually ended up getting Bryan over more than ever.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this was a decision that didn't just piss us off and ruin that match. It ruined the first whole half of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And you can watch WrestleMania in the crowd. Their reaction tells you.
The very next match. The very next match
shit.
had Randy Orton in it.
Okay.
No one cared.
I'm gonna talk about this for a second. I clearly remember this. I remember like, okay, Sheamus, Daniel Bryan. This is a match that can really. This is gonna get the crowd excited. People are gonna be hyped. They're gonna be. It's gonna be awesome. I knew Sheamus is gonna win. I'm okay with that. It's Daniel Bryan. He can lose. He can win.
We just want to see them wrestle.
And I literally remember watching it, and like I see that happen. I'm just like 1, 2, 3. I'm like, I went, what the fuck?
I remember.
I really broke the fucking television.
We were all in the same room.
We were all in this. We were watching it together.
I remember.
We literally, we were speechless. We were pissed. We were. I was ready to go home.
Yeah,
I was ready to fucking go home
because I was sitting there watching.
Yeah. I had my Daniel Bryan shirt on.
Yeah, he had his Daniel Bryan shirt on.
And I remember Bryan turns around and takes the bro kick, and he hits the mat. And as soon as he hits the mat, I remember saying aloud, like in a stunned voice,
I remember that.
That's it. And
I'm like, no,
neither one of you guys, you said no.
I was like,
no, but both of you guys went like this. I was just like, 1, 2, 3. Fuck.
I still can't.
I can't. I don't remember buy that. I don't want to buy that pay-per-view. That DVD. I don't want to have it in my collection. I cannot have it.
I don't care.
But the thing is, whoever made up that idea should have been fired on the spot as soon as he made that idea, because it didn't help anyone. It made Sheamus look like dog shit. It made Daniel Bryan look like dog shit. It made your title, your world heavyweight title, one of the most prestigious belts in the history of professional wrestling, look like shit.
Okay, they shit on the two wrestlers, they shit on their title, and
they shit on the pay-per-view. WrestleMania. This would be like if a Super Bowl started and in the opening 18 seconds match, the team scores a touchdown and like, okay, we're gonna call the game. That's it. Imagine if that
basically.
Yeah,
that's how it felt.
Yeah, that's how it felt. And like I remember, like I don't remember what happened at Randy Orton, Kane. I wasn't watching it. I was too stunned.
Kane actually won.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't care. But the thing is, if this was Vince McMahon and the WWE trying to get over on the indie fans to make our guy look like shit, well, guess what? He's your fucking guy now. He's your fucking guy. He's your wrestler. You're making your own wrestler look like dog shit. You're making Sheamus look like dog shit. No one came out of that match a winner. It was the fucking pinnacle of stupid ass backwards booking, and it shouldn't have happened. Period.
I would just say one final thing before we move on to the good thing.
Yes, thank God. I need some
good things.
This is the one thing. The reason it's my number one over anything else. It's the one thing I cannot understand you justifying from any standpoint.
No,
you just
nothing.
cannot, in any twisted universe, you cannot justify.
I would love to.
I mean, to their credit, it did give Machine Gun Kelly more time to sing his terrible song.
Fuck Machine Gun Kelly, you fucking anorexic motherfucker.
All right, let's
goddamn
move on.
Okay.
We're getting vulgar.
Okay. Let's talk about something good. Number 5 of the best parts of 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Delirious booking ROH again. And right before Glory by Honor, I think everyone was really down on ROH, especially after that Killer Instinct show.
Killer Instinct.
A lot of people are really pissed off about that. And Delirious took back over, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, we're saved!" And that show took place, and everyone was like watching, like, this is the make or break point of Ring of Honor.
It felt like it too.
Yeah, it was. You could tell it. Those guys were like, "This is the moment. If this thing doesn't go off without a hitch, we're probably gonna have to. This is gonna close up shop probably in 2013."
Mm-hmm.
And that show took place. One of the best shows of the year. One of the best shows in the year.
It did everything it needed.
Everything it needed to do. Everyone looked great. Everyone really busted their ass. And just Delirious has brought back the spirit of Ring of Honor. Brought back what made Ring of Honor good. Brought back what we loved about Ring of Honor, which is wrestling. Mm-hmm. Just two guys or 4 guys or whoever going out there and just wrestling and telling a story in the ring, and that's all. That's all you need is telling a story in the ring, and that's what Delirious is really good at booking. And I cannot wait to see what he does in 2013. I'm so excited.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Jimmy Jacobs feud versus Adam Cole. We want that.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
My number 5 best is, since this kind of happened last year as well, I'm going to say the continued growth and resurgence of New Japan Pro Wrestling, because
yeah, that is good.
I felt like with Noah kind of falling off, Noah was like the hot thing for a long time.
Noah
falling off. Puro was kind of I wasn't really interested in really watching it, and they've renewed my interest. They're doing very well for themselves. I'm actually looking forward to keeping up with what's going on in the company, which I've never really followed a pure Japanese company like this before. So yeah, New Japan, they're just rolling. And I can't wait to watch. I haven't watched their Wrestle Kingdom 7 yet, but I can't wait to watch it.
I heard it's very, very good.
And just to add to that, I want to say that they did such a good job in 2012 that they actually improved their competition, All Japan.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, All Japan and New Japan, a lot of times they'll, trade talent or have combined shows, and they elevated
All Japan was not doing too well.
It was
for a long time.
It was a lot of older wrestlers and it was just slow and not interesting. And they did. That's how good New Japan was, that they actually made the other company better. So yeah, I definitely have to agree with that.
I have nothing to say because I don't follow pure wrestling. So okay, my number 4 is TNA from Sacrifice to Bound for Glory, and just that really great hot streak they were on. Like, I think it was actually even following Lockdown, like leading up to Sacrifice. Sacrifice was a really good show, apparently. A lot of great things happened. And then Slammiversary took place, which was a really good show. And then, of course, Destination X, which I think we all we were apeshit going crazy for. Yeah,
so happy.
That was a great show.
So happy.
Even, I think what was the show after Lockdown? Or Destination X?
They had Hardcore.
Hardcore Justice, which was a good show. And then No Surrender, which was okay. And then Bound for Glory, which was actually really good, despite the fact that Hardy won in the main event. It just,
But the thing is, by Bound for Glory, we could tell where the company was going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little disappointing, but
it was still an enjoyable show.
Still good.
Yeah,
still good.
In TNA really was on a hot streak, and up until Turning Point, it was on an up streak, and then it was just like all of a sudden, like, yeah, you're going back down to where you were before, and just, TNA really impressed me this year, because I was fully ready to cut TNA from my life after Lockdown.
Yeah, they were dead to me.
Yeah, they were dead. They were dead to a lot of people. They were dead to me for sure.
The thing is, like, it's funny to me because I always watched Impact.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I was a big fan of it, but I watched it because I expected something hilarious to happen.
I used to go over.
It was weird.
Yeah,
we
used to watch together, and we never watched Raw or anything together. I just went over to his place to watch Impact because it was hilarious and funny bad.
Yeah, it was always terrible.
Yeah.
But then it got to the point where it was bad, and then it went from bad funny to just bad boring.
Yeah.
No one cared. And then I remember it starting to turn around, and I remember talking to you about it, and it's slowly picking up. I'm like, man, this is actually good. This is actually, you might want to check this shit out.
Yeah.
And
that's probably the most unbelievable thing of 2012 that TNA was actually good.
It was a fucking Christmas miracle early.
As soon as Eric Bischoff got off our fucking television,
thank God,
the product got better.
And don't come back.
Don't come back,
and
please.
Take your son.
Yeah, take your son with you. Take Wes Briscoe with you. We don't like him either.
I don't care about him.
What's your number 4 there?
Number 4 is actually your number 5, Delirious booking Ring of Honor again, just because.
The only reason I didn't put it higher was just because it just started. So if it had happened earlier, I would have put it a lot higher.
It's a little earlier to tell, but I'm optimistic.
Yeah, me too. I love Delirious. We're yeah.
But I mean, Delirious did a great job before as Booker, so I know he has a good track record, and he's a lot younger, obviously, than Jim Cornette. He's a lot more in tune with the talent that's there now.
Because he's worked there for so long.
And on top of all that, he's a guy that works in Chikara. He works with other promotions.
Yeah.
So we're talking about pro wrestling. He's bringing it back to, like, it's the business.
Yeah.
It's not just, we got to look out for ROH.
Yeah. We want to see more Chikara in ROH.
He's looking at the fans, and he wants to make what the fans want happen.
So we're optimistic.
We're very optimistic, and we're very hopeful. And
come on, Lizard Man, you got it.
Yeah, come on. Okay, my number 3 is PWG and Chikara all this year. I mean, this year, these are the two companies, I think, that were the saving graces of wrestling in North America. Like, these were the two companies that throughout the year were just always solid, always consistent, always very entertaining. Chikara, their second night pay-per-view, Chikara Stars Reg, How to Hatch a Dinosaur, amazing show. Very, very good. King of Trios this year, spectacular, as it always is. The pay-per-view, Under the Hood, not as great, but still good. And POG this year just blew away expectations.
Oh yeah, they made everybody else.
They made everyone look like dog shit. I'm sorry, but
any other wrestling company must hate them.
Oh yeah, but Chikara, I mean, they really kicked butt this year. I mean, they had a lot going on, but it all worked, and just they had such a great record this year. And one thing I love about Chikara was the fact that they really showcased Joshi's and women's wrestling really well at like King of Korean Trios and the Anniversary with the Sendai Girls and Team JWP.
But not just women's wrestling, like women wrestling women, but women can wrestle, period.
Oh,
they're wrestling men, they're wrestling whoever.
The match between the team of Mike Quackenbush, Jigsaw, Miami Toyota, and Sendai Girls, amazing match. And it's like, it's impressive to see these girls wrestle men, and like they're really just top-notch teams. And just those two companies, head and shoulder above, better than any other company in North America this year.
And they both know what it is that their fans want, and they know what they do well, and they can cater to those. But I also think Chikara especially is, it's easier to get turned on to it if you're a more of a casual fan. I would say it's completely different, so it's kind of a shock at first because it's like nothing you've never seen before. But
it's a little bit bizarro.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
It's a fun.
But I mean, they're both just so great at what they do. PWG just puts on these kick-ass matches, top to bottom, on their card. They put on these supercard dream matches, and Chikara has great storylines, great character development.
Yes.
They bring in a lot of outside talent, honor the legends, and they just respect pro wrestling.
I don't think anyone does nostalgia better than Chikara.
Mm-hmm.
Like they know, like they had Demolition and who they the Warlord and the Barbarian.
That was
and you're just like
awesome.
This is awesome. And like you don't care that these are guys who their prime is 20 years past. Right. You're still. Yeah, it's this is awesome,
Right.
They know how to do what they do.
Very entertaining.
Oh yeah.
And to add to all that, I want to say that it's strange watching these companies because it almost feels like the playing field in professional wrestling is finally leveling itself back out.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like from 1985 till the early 2000s, you had one or two choices, and now all these other companies and Raw ratings are going down, and indie fans are getting more plentiful. The wrestling business is changing, and these are companies that are
got to evolve with the times.
That's right,
but
and they're giving their fans what they want.
I do want to say one thing, and this is kind of another discussion another day, but I just want to point this out that it is really about having options.
Yes,
it's not about like fans of this company versus this company. I think there's too much of that. It's like, oh, I'm a WWE fan or I'm an indie fan. It's like I'm not going to watch this other kind of wrestling. I don't like this kind of wrestling. I'm against these fans. It's just, I want every company to be good and have another company for me to watch that's good. I want more. I can't have enough good wrestling. I want more and more. I want every company to be great.
Can't we all just get along and enjoy wrestling? Is that too much to ask? And
I want to see these guys going out in every company. I want to see these guys go out and succeed. I want these guys to, because they're working their ass off for me.
Yeah,
and for you.
I want to see these guys make money. I want to see these guys not have to worry about paying the bills. I want to see them as millionaires.
Exactly.
They deserve their money.
That's why
especially
we get
the
so frustrated.
Them boys are awesome.
We should probably we got a little bit off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll rein it back.
I felt that is important.
Yes,
I'm glad you pointed that out.
We should do a video about that. And we'll coming soon. 2013 coming soon. What's your number 3?
Oh. I forgot we were
doing lists. We got a video to do.
Yeah, okay. My number 3 was Kevin Steen winning the ROH title.
Wow.
More so the PWG title because ROH title is more meaningful just to me as a longtime fan of the company. I thought the timing was right. It was what needed to happen at the time to keep my interest alive.
Yeah.
So it's maybe not in itself like one of the top 5 moments, but I thought it was one of the most important just because it had to happen when it did for ROH
the company.
Because Steen was carrying the company for months and months, and him winning the title I thought was a great moment in his home country. Was it his hometown?
Canada? No. He's from
that's hometown, but it was in Canada.
Montreal.
He had the great match with Richards.
And, him and Richards worked really well together, I thought, and
it was just a great.
I loved their match,
especially since Steen had been working so hard for so long. He'd been part of Steen. Generico had one of the greatest feud. I go ahead and see the greatest feud in ROH history.
No, the greatest feud in all of wrestling, I'd say. The greatest feud in all of wrestling.
It was a great feud. We can agree on that.
Hell yeah, it was amazing.
But, to see him finally finally win the big one. That was a big one for me as a fan of him.
Are you?
Go ahead.
If I can just add to that a little bit, I mean, this is a guy that it almost feels like he's accepted the fact that he's never going to be on the top stage, and he's okay with that. And he's a guy that respects the fans, and a guy that is willing to take the storyline and push it as far as it'll go.
Yeah.
Because when we went to Chicago, there was
I've told the story on videos before.
Have you?
Yes, where Kevin Steen, like there were guys, selling autographs, and like they're trying to make money. That's fine. We don't have
$15 an autograph.
No, $10 I think. And Kevin Steen comes up and goes, "I'm doing this for free," and every single person right over to see him.
And the thing about it was, it did kind of further the storyline.
Exactly.
But nobody was there to see it. There was no cameras to see that. That was intermission.
It was just
it was
before the show.
No, it was intermission.
It was intermission?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
that was before the show.
So it was almost like Steen really meant everything he ever said.
Yep. Steen is a man of the people.
He is.
And on your point, like he didn't want to make it to the big stage. Like he actually has said, like on interviews, that he wants to lose the weight and make it to WWE. Which
I would love to.
I would love Steen in WWE would be something special. I think, and like him, he's a guy who I think can make it in WWE.
The only thing is like how much weight is he gonna lose?
He wants to get in better shape.
I mean, for his sake.
I do hope the best.
He is a guy that deserves to be a billion millionaire. He deserves it because he works his ass off. All right, my number 2 is the very, very, very lengthful and plentiful reign of CM Punk as the WWE champion this entire year. I think as an indie fan, to see a guy like CM Punk rise from literally the bottom of the barrel and like have everyone against him in the company except for Paul Heyman, and to take all his frustrations, his desires, and use that to get him to the top and to hold that belt for a year speaks volumes to inspiring wrestlers that like you can make it to the top if you have the heart, if you have desire, and let's not forget about the fact that the title reign itself was good. I mean, one thing I think about the Cena title reign for a year was the fact that he never changed, and that's why fans got tired of him. CM Punk, I think, saw that, and okay, I'm trying to get a little stale, I'm beating everyone, let's turn me heel, and it worked. He managed to pull off the heel turn, and it worked, and it made his title reign that much more interesting to watch. It's like, is someone going to be able to take the belt off CM Punk, who's basically holding the belt hostage in a way? And just, CM Punk holding that belt for 400 plus days is just something I don't think any fan of CM Punk thought would happen ever.
If you told me that was going to happen when I was watching the Diva Search, I would have called you a liar.
Yeah.
And
I think he would have called you a liar after he got stripped of the belt when he was the first time he won the world title and never got to defend the belt.
True.
I would have called you a liar if you ever told me he would be WWE champion.
Yeah, there you go.
So I think it's just great for I think CM Punk's a great example, kind of like Shawn Michaels before him, for the smaller guys who didn't think. Obviously they're not different, but this is a different kind of wrestler. He's kind of
he doesn't fit the mold.
He's kind of showing a generation of younger wrestlers, maybe, or people coming up in the business, I can do this. Great example.
Great example to separate people.
That you don't have to be, just a big muscle head.
You don't have to be a cookie cutter
Yeah.
wrestler that the WWE wants you to be. You can be someone different and still succeed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the thing is, he did that. He proved it to people that you don't even have to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
He can just he proved that if you believe in something and you know it to be true,
if you believe
in yourself enough, then you just stand up for yourself and it happens.
If you believe you're the best, you can be the best.
Yeah.
You just have to have that mindset of I'm the best in the world and I'm gonna prove it. Damn it!
Because if you look up CM Punk on YouTube from many years ago, he was not the best in the world.
No.
He didn't look anything resembling the best in the world. So
I think we can all say right now,
he's a hard.
If you want to see why CM Punk's so great and why we love him so much, see the DVD, the CM Punk Best in the World DVD.
Yes.
One of the best documentaries WWE's made in years.
I think it's the best they've
go out of your way to see.
Yes, go out, buy it, support CM Punk. The guy deserves your money.
Okay, my number 2. This was just something that I just I didn't put it as my number. This is like a show, but I didn't put it among my top show of the year. But in terms of my top show of the year was the New Japan, and then 3 Minutes 3 was my other top show. But this was just from beginning to end. I enjoyed the hell out of this for so many reasons. It had great wrestling, the nostalgia factor. I was just marking out the whole time. Chikara's King of Trios, Night 3 especially. I just enjoyed the hell out of this show.
That was a great show.
And it was just unlike any other show you will see in wrestling all year, because it had It had the great women's wrestling, had the Joshi wrestlers, it had the legends like had Tito Santana.
No, it didn't have Tito Santana. It had X-Pac and Marty Jannetty.
It had Tito.
Yeah, Tito.
No, not in night 3. Or was he talking about the whole tournament?
Well, I'm talking about night 3, but
yeah, the night 3 didn't have Tito. It was only night 1.
You just killed.
I'm sorry.
Either way, King of Trios.
But
King of Trios. Yeah,
the point, but the moment I also want to talk about was the Spectral Envoy winning the King of Trios, because if you're not really a fan of Chikara, you don't know how you're not a big fan of indie wrestling in general. You probably don't know how huge Ultra Mantis Bilak is and how big of an following this guy has. He is the most over guy in Chikara history, and he had never won anything. He never won like any kind of tournament or a belt or anything. Finally wins. It was just a great match against Team ROH, the Invaders, who were playing great heel. Cap off a great evening. I just thought that was a great moment to finally see, especially just to see Ultra Mantis finally win something big. And in Chikara, winning King of Trios is a huge deal. The hugest deal.
That is as prestigious, I say, as like winning at in the main event of WrestleMania.
It's just
for them,
huge. It is. It is for them, and that's what I love about it. Is that it's important for its own sake.
Yes, exactly. Like there's no title. It's a tournament that proves that you're 3 of the best.
Yeah, that's I mean, how many guys have won the Royal Rumble and it's never mentioned again?
Right.
Sheamus.
So this is something that if you win it, it's going to be remembered and it's important. It's the Indy 500. You might not be wearing the belt, but you got that. Your name is on that list.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about your number 1, because I think I got a feeling we're going to talk about my number 1 a little bit longer than yours.
Oh, so you're going to
be mine's a broader topic, I think.
Okay, yeah, mine is one moment that was number 1 for me, and I think Smoke over here knows what I'm going to say, don't you? Maybe. It was Austin Aries winning the TNA Championship, just because I've been a huge fan of Aries for a long time. I felt he's been underrated. He was one of those guys I was really rooting for, just because he's a complete package. He's such a great wrestler. He's worked so hard for his spot. He's the kind of, like, TNA has never, like, have they ever had a homegrown talent that they built up and pushed and actually completed a title win?
At the right time.
At the right time, yeah. And this was the first time that happened. It was just a huge moment. It was against Bobby Roode, who had held the title for, like, almost a year, like 9-10 months maybe.
He was holding it for a long time.
Yeah, like, it was a long time. It was from, like, October.
Was it Bound for Glory?
No, he won the 3 weeks after Bound for Glory.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
But anyway, they built up Roode as being, like, almost unbeatable champion. He was, like...
He was the top heel in the company.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't believe Aries could win. Just as someone...
We didn't think Aries could win.
No.
Yeah, it was
I didn't think they were actually going to do it anyway. And then when he won, it was just like, it was a great match. It was a great moment. The moment when he actually pinned him and the 3 count, and you could see the crowd like hesitate for a second, like not believing it, and then saying the 3, and then just
Aries' reaction.
I vividly remember watching that at Brian and Leslie's house and just literally just going, yes, and just like falling to my knees, so happy.
I couldn't believe it.
It was shocking. It was like CM Punk winning the belt. It was just something you could not believe was happening.
And for me, this was especially, I mean, number 1, easy, because if I look back to late 2005, 2006, and I'm thinking about when Aries and Roddy went to TNA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that was a time where TNA was okay. It was good. I mean, I was all right with it.
Yeah.
I wasn't super into it. I got into Joe, and then they brought in Aries, and I saw this guy, and I was like, man, this guy, he's something else. Mm-hmm. And then I would check out a few ROH shows here and there, and I remember the Driven 2007 pay-per-view where he he signed a contract with ROH and said goodbye to TNA, and I was hooked. To ROH ever since then, and I'm a huge Aries fan.
Yeah,
and I think
we all are.
Anything he does is gold, and he deserved this more than anybody, and he deserves to be the face of that company.
And he got shit on because that's one thing that's sad about that.
I mean, if he had it,
but he's still up there, and he's still
he's still in the main event.
So,
that's great. Mine is a very, very bold topic, but I think it's one that's worth talking about. Mine is all the fresh young talent just stepping up their game this year and really taking the ball and running with it this year. I think this year especially just showcased young talent really, really, really just, pushing themselves farther. Michael Elgin, Adam Cole, Antonio Cesaro in WWE, Okada in Japan, the Smash Bros. Just so many young guys. ACH and Mr. Touchdown in Chikara. Samurai Del Sol, yes, we love Samurai Del Sol. He's great. Johnny Gargano in Dragon Gate USA, holding the belt for over 400 days there. Great job from him.
I got to throw out a guy, Christian York in TNA.
Yeah, he's a hell of a talent. Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, he's a little rough around the edge, but he's good. Yeah,
right.
But like this year, just the Shield in WWE, man, like them coming in and taking the WWE by storm. This year, I've been so impressed and so excited by all the young talent that just really has been pushed and been showcased and have shown that they can do it. And Willie Mack and Brian Cage Taylor and PWG, they're great. Just so many young guys, and it gives me such hope for the future of professional wrestling to see these guys who are, some of them are. Adam Cole is 22 years old. He's as young as me, and he's one of the best wrestlers in North America. And that just for me is shocking. I'm just like, what is this guy going to be like in 5-7 years? When
he hits his prime.
Yeah, when he hits his prime. This is a guy that could take WWE by storm. He could be the next Shawn Michaels. And just it's so exciting to watch as a fan to see these guys that have such potential at such a young age, and just what can they do in years to come. And just like that for me, this year just really showed what kind of future we got coming, and I'm excited for it.
And I would also like to say a lot of these talents stepped up in bad situations because they had a lot of more veteran talents leaving in a lot of these places, and these guys needed to step up. Specifically, first comes to mind, like Mr. Touchdown steps in, immediately has to make an impact, be in one of the hottest tag teams in Chikara, most loved tag teams, instantly thrown into a major role, instantly succeeds, gets over, and now he's become a huge
I would probably say he's one of the top heels in the company right now.
Yeah. I mean,
the thing about what your topic, the way you're saying, is that it's twofold, and it's not just. Well, at the beginning of the year, the whole scene of wrestling, it was very questionable. We didn't know WWE had come in and skimmed all the foam right off the top, and so we didn't know what to expect. And to the credit of the guys, the young guys who were put in those spots, but also a lot of credit goes to the companies like PWG and Chikara that said, you know what, we need you to be stars, and this is your chance. And they gave him the spotlight.
It's time to step up.
Else,
and we should also probably mention Dolph Ziggler.
I was going to say Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, he's done a pretty damn good job of stepping up, even though the fact that WWE's kind of like been very hesitant about giving him something to really do.
Right.
But you can't deny the guy's got talent.
I mean, everybody knows it. The crowd knows it.
Yeah, the crowd loves the guy, man. They've been cheering him over some of the major stars. So they see this guy's potential, and like I said, I cannot wait to see what the future holds for these guys. I cannot wait to look back and 5 years in the future, and it looks like I remember when that guy first started out, and to see him break into the business, and that's really cool. That's something I really like to watch. All right, anything else to add there, or you got anything else?
I think that pretty much covers it for me.
Yeah,
I think so.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. And if you guys really enjoy it, please tell me, and I will make sure they have these two schmucks back. And thank you very much for joining us. Take care. Bye.